Watching eyes, listening ears. In the dead of night, hear the chilling call of Sharik Mahmud Khan. Every night, save for Sunday, I will guide you into a valley where shadows themselves murmur, where walls creak with sorrowful whispers, and with each step the very air trembles with dread. And tonight's tale is...
Introduction. Afghanistan, a land of mountains, valleys, and legendary tales. But some wounds in this land never heal. One such wound lies in the Valley of Panjshir, a place of breathtaking beauty, yet there's a ravine where even birds don't fly. They say if you step into it, you'll hear screams echoing through the silence. These aren't myths. They are the cries of souls murdered brutally. This is the story of a valley where silence isn't peace, it's terror. Part 1. The Red Mist. 1983, a quiet ravine in Panjshir, surrounded by steep mountains. One day, Russian troops arrived. They lined up villagers, women, children, elders, accusing them of sheltering resistance fighters. No trial, no evidence. Just an order, shoot them all. Blood flooded the rocks. Screams echoed and faded. The soldiers left, but something stayed behind. Days later, a new patrol heard whispers in the dark. Women crying, children screaming, footsteps circling their camp, yet no one was there. One soldier leapt off a cliff. Another was found laughing madly at sunrise. The area was declared cursed and sealed off by the army, but the valley never forgave. They say even now, on moonlit nights, you'll hear a voice call your name. If this scene gave you chills, then please like this story. Part 2. The Vanished Shepherd. Years later, a local shepherd named Jamal led his goats into the forbidden ravine. Villagers warned him, but he scoffed. These are just tales. He left at noon and never returned. By morning, searchers found his goats near the ravine, but no Jamal. Just a burnt shawl. And drag marks on the ground, as if someone clawed for help. That night, his mother heard a knock at the door. She opened it. Jamal stood there. His face was blackened, eyes hollow, lips sealed shut. He entered, sat silently, and vanished by dawn. A village elder said, "He is no longer human. He is now part of the valley's curse." After that, several shepherds swore they saw a woman in white standing near the ravine, weeping, then turning to ash. This valley isn't just land. It's a living graveyard. Think this is just folklore? Comment your thoughts below. Part 3. The Screaming Night. A young photographer arrived from Kabul to document the infamous valley. He said he didn't fear ghosts. He pitched a tent, camera ready. At night, strange fog descended. Footsteps circled the tent. Lights flickered. Ramat peeked outside. No one. Then suddenly, a chorus of screams tore through the darkness, like dozens of souls being dragged to hell. Morning came. His tent was there. His camera was there. But Ramat was gone. Only one image was saved. A blurry woman with bleeding eyes staring into the camera. No one knows who she was. But those who view that photo often report nightmares for weeks. The valley changes people. Some disappear, others lose their minds. Want this story to reach more people? Please share it now. Part 4. The Russian Soldier's Letter. In 1992, a letter surfaced in a military museum in Moscow. It was written by a Soviet soldier during the war, never mailed. He wrote, "I'm guarding that cursed valley. At night, I see a little girl calling me. As I approach, her face turns into my mother's, then she crumbles into ash. I'm losing my mind. Please get me out." The authorities dismissed the letter as a hoax, but the soldier's name remains on the list of missing personnel. This valley doesn't just kill the body, it devours the soul. Researchers tried to explore it, but whoever entered never returned or came back as someone else. Do you think spirits exist? Or that such curses are real? If you want more real, terrifying stories like this, then subscribe now. Part 5. The Last Night. Just last year, a German documentary crew attempted to film the valley. 5 people. Full equipment, night shoot. Suddenly the feed went dead. They vanished. Only one 13-second video was recovered. In the middle of the camp stands a woman in white, her face hidden. Then she slowly turns toward the camera, and the video ends. The Afghan government declared the ravine a restricted zone. Yet during autumn nights, when the winds blow and moonlight falls, the mountains echo with screams. Is it revenge? Or do these spirits still cry for justice? If you want to hear the next tale first, then hit the bell icon, because these legends never sleep. Dial closing monologue. Now, Brave companions, this horrifying quest has come to an end. The shadows of fear have receded, the walls have silenced their whispers, and those sorrowful screams that echoed in our ears have now been swallowed by silence. But stay alert. Looming terror will call to us again at every step. So rise, sharpen your resolve, for the darkness of night is always at our heels.